Alex Harper walked through the bustling spaceport, his boots echoing against the polished metal floor. Ships of all shapes and sizes hovered in the hangar, their engines humming softly. The spaceport was alive with humans and aliens alike, all mingling, trading, and exploring. Alex had been here many times, but today felt different. Today was the Interstellar Cultural Festival, where alien species showcased themselves and humans were invited to choose companions or partners from across the galaxy. "Alex, over here!" shouted Jory, his fellow human explorer. Jory was tall, with bright eyes and a constant grin. He loved teasing Alex, especially about Alex's habit of making unusual choices. Alex waved and moved toward him. "I'm not looking for trouble today, Jory, just enjoying the festival." Jory laughed. "You enjoying?" "Sure, let me guess, you're going to pick someone ordinary like always." Alex shook his head, a small smile on his face. "Maybe, or maybe not." They walked toward the main exhibition hall where aliens from dozens of worlds had gathered. Some were small and delicate, with glowing wings or flowing hair that shimmered like water. Others were massive and powerful, their scales or shells shining in the bright festival lights. Each species had its own unique beauty, its own way of showing intelligence and charm. The crowd buzzed with excitement as the participants lined up. Humans whispered bets about who would be chosen and who would be left behind. Alex noticed that many of his fellow explorers were already leaning toward the more traditionally attractive aliens. Soft eyes, smooth skin, melodic voices. Then, he saw her. Zyra. She stood apart from the others, tall and imposing, with sharp angular features and glowing bioluminescent eyes. Her exoskeleton reflected the lights of the hall, and long, elegant appendages moved with precise grace. Most humans took a step back, murmuring in fear or disgust. A small group of explorers laughed outright. "She's scary," one whispered. Jory shook his head. "Alex, don't tell me." Alex didn't answer. He simply walked toward Zyra. The laughter of others followed him like a shadow, but he ignored it. He noticed how Zyra observed the festival, not with vanity or pride, but with calm intelligence. She was analyzing, calculating, understanding. Where others tried to impress or charm, she simply existed, confident in her presence. The crowd gasped as Alex reached her side. "You want to choose me?" one human asked, eyes wide. "Yes," Alex said simply. "I want to learn about you." Zyra tilted her head, her glowing eyes scanning him. Then she nodded slightly, and her voice came out clear and melodic, but strange to human ears. "I would like that. You are." "Interesting," the crowd murmured, some laughing again, but Alex didn't care. He had always looked for qualities beyond appearances. Intelligence, courage, understanding. Zyra had all of these in abundance. As they spoke, Zyra demonstrated her skills. She solved a complex puzzle designed by the festival organizers in minutes. The puzzle was meant to show mental agility and teamwork, but most humans struggled with even the first steps. Alex watched her work calmly, efficiently, explaining her reasoning as she moved. "See?" Alex whispered to Jory. "This is why appearances don't matter." Jory shook his head, still skeptical. "She's frightening. People will talk." "They already are," Alex said with a grin. "And I don't care." Zyra and Alex spent the rest of the day exploring the festival together. They moved through exhibitions of alien technology, art, and science. Zyra asked questions with genuine curiosity, learning about human inventions, culture, and history. Alex found himself impressed not just by her intelligence, but by her patience and willingness to understand, even when humans were awkward or clumsy. The festival organizers approached them, congratulating Alex on his choice. "Most humans are afraid of Zilithians," one said. "But you see what we see?" Alex smiled. "It's easy when you look beyond the surface." By evening, the festival moved outside to the observation decks overlooking the planetary rings. Lights from ships and stars reflected on the metal platforms. Humans and aliens mingled under the open sky. Alex and Zyra stood together observing the crowds. "I noticed you are often judged by others," Alex said quietly. "Does it bother you?" Zyra's eyes glowed softly. "It is expected. Humans fear what they do not understand. But you see differently. That is rare." Alex laughed softly. "I've learned that fear is often about ignorance. I've faced enough dangers to know that courage is more important than comfort." Zyra's gaze met his. "And courage is valued by your people." Alex nodded. "Yes, and so is intelligence. And kindness. And loyalty. All of these." You have them. The crowd continued to murmur behind them, some whispering that Alex had made a mistake, some curious about the strange bond forming between the human and the Zilithian, but Alex only focused on Zira. As night fell, the festival organizers announced the final ceremony, a symbolic pairing of humans and aliens to promote interspecies friendship and understanding. Alex and Zira walked to the stage together. The crowd grew silent, watching with curiosity and, for some, fear. Alex Harper of Earth has chosen Zira of Zilithia, the announcer said, a partnership beyond appearances based on intelligence, respect, and courage. Some humans clapped hesitantly. Others whispered in disbelief. The laughter of earlier in the day had faded, replaced by awe. Alex took Zira's hand, or rather one of her appendages, and bowed slightly. Zira mirrored the gesture. They were an unusual pair, yes, but there was a clear harmony between them. The crowd began to see that the choice was not foolish but bold. Not reckless but wise. After the ceremony, Alex and Zira returned to a quiet corner of the festival. I heard them laughing, Alex said. But you didn't seem to care. Zira's eyes glowed softly. It is not important what others think. Only what is true matters, Alex smiled. Exactly. And the truth is, you are amazing. Zira tilted her head almost like a smile. You are different from other humans. That is why I am interested. The first part of their journey was ending, but the real adventure was only beginning. Alex knew that choosing Zira was not just about companionship. It was about discovery, courage, and seeing beyond fear. And Zira, in turn, recognized in Alex a partner who could understand her in ways few others could. As the festival lights dimmed and the stars shone brightly overhead, Alex and Zira looked out over the galaxy, knowing that the path ahead would be full of challenges, but also of incredible discoveries, and for the first time, the laughter of others felt distant, meaningless, because they had found something far more important: mutual respect, trust, and the beginning of a partnership that could change how humans and aliens saw each other forever. The hum of Alex Harper's spaceship filled the cabin as he prepared for their first mission together. Zira stood nearby, her glowing eyes scanning the console, reading star charts faster than any human could. Alex had learned quickly that her intimidating appearance hid an extraordinary mind. She moved with precision, her long appendages adjusting equipment effortlessly. You seem very capable, Alex said, unable to hide his admiration. Zira's bioluminescent eyes glimmered softly. I am trained for exploration, diplomacy, and problem-solving. You did not choose me for looks, but for qualities that matter. That is wise, Alex chuckled. I've learned that courage and intelligence outweigh appearance every time. I just hope everyone else will see it soon. The mission was simple on paper: travel to the planet Viralia, a small human colony on the edge of human space, and deliver supplies. However, intelligence reports had warned of unstable asteroids in the system. It was a quiet danger, but one that required calm thinking and coordination. Alex didn't tell the colonists that Zira was coming. They didn't know humans were now working closely with Zilithians. As their ship approached Viralia, alarms sounded. The asteroid field ahead had shifted unexpectedly. Large rocks moved unpredictably, blocking their path to the planet. Looks like we have company, Alex muttered, gripping the control panel. Zira scanned the approaching asteroids. The field is unstable, but not impossible to navigate. We can reach the colony safely if we act carefully. Not impossible? Alex raised an eyebrow. That sounds more like really hard to me. Zira's eyes glowed brighter. Difficulty does not equal impossibility. Observation and strategy can succeed where fear fails, Alex grinned. He had chosen his partner well. The spaceship weaved carefully through the asteroid field. Alex manually adjusted the thrusters while Zira calculated trajectories in real time. Her commands were precise, her mind faster than any computer on board. The human crew watching from the observation deck gasped as she directed Alex's movements, predicting asteroid positions seconds before they shifted. Finally, they reached the outer edge of the field. The colony was safe for now, but reports showed a large asteroid drifting toward the settlement, too big for conventional weapons to move. Alex frowned. That's going to be a problem. Zira's gaze sharpened. A problem is only a problem until a solution is found. We must act quickly. The human engineers suggested detonating explosives to break the asteroid apart. Zyra shook her head. That would be dangerous. The fragments could still hit the colony. There is a safer method, one that uses the planet itself. Alex tilted his head, curious. The planet? Zyra pointed to a diagram of Virelia. The gravitational pull of the planet, combined with natural magnetic fields, can be harnessed to redirect the asteroid. Minimal energy, maximum control. We need precise calculation and cooperation. Alex smiled. Sounds complicated. Can you do it? Zyra's eyes glimmered. Yes, but we must work together. Your humans are strong, but they lack experience with these calculations. I will guide them. The colonists were skeptical. Many whispered that they had brought a scary alien who would fail. Alex stood firm. Trust her. I do. The work began. Zyra instructed the engineers on positioning satellites to create a magnetic channel. She explained every step calmly, breaking down complex physics into concepts humans could grasp. At first, the colonists fumbled, unsure of her guidance. Some muttered under their breath, doubting her capabilities. But Zyra's patience never wavered. Observe, understand, act. Do not fear failure, for mistakes teach the path forward. Slowly, the team began to follow her instructions. Satellites shifted into position, energy beams aligned, and the asteroid's path began to change. The rock moved slowly at first, then more steadily. Alex's heart raced. It's working. Yes, Zyra said softly. Fear is louder than logic. Ignore the noise. The asteroid cleared the colony with only a small tremor shaking the ground. No one was hurt. Humans and aliens alike stared in awe at Zyra, the once feared alien who had just saved the entire settlement. For the first time, many colonists realized the truth. Appearances did not define ability. The laughter that had greeted Alex's choice had been misplaced. After the crisis, Alex and Zyra walked through the colony. Children stared in awe at Zyra's glowing eyes, asking questions about her species and the asteroid. Alex smiled at how naturally she interacted with everyone, explaining calmly and gently. You were amazing, Alex said as they reached a quiet overlook. Zyra tilted her head. I did what was necessary. You taught me patience, human. Many would have doubted and hesitated. You trusted me. I always do, Alex said, because I see what others refuse to see. Strength, intelligence, courage. That's what matters. Zyra's glow softened. Then we are partners, not by choice, but by understanding. That is rare. Word spread quickly. The story of the scary alien who saved a human colony reached neighboring star systems. Alex's peers, who had laughed at his choice, began to send messages of admiration and curiosity. Some even admitted they had been wrong. Back aboard the spaceship, Alex prepared a report for the Intergalactic Council. Zyra observed silently, occasionally adjusting navigation charts and recalculating trajectories. You could take over this mission entirely, Alex said, but you work quietly beside me instead. Zyra's voice was calm. You are a capable human. I assist, not replace. Collaboration is stronger than dominance. Alex nodded. He knew she was right. Together they had succeeded because they combined human ingenuity and Zelithian precision. Later, as they prepared to leave Virelia, Alex noticed a small human child running toward them. Are you the alien who saved us? The child asked wide-eyed. Yes, Zyra said softly, crouching to the child's level. But we all work together. Courage comes from everyone, not just one. The child smiled. I want to be brave like you. Alex felt a swell of pride. Zyra had not only solved the crisis, but she had inspired courage and understanding. The humans who had doubted her now looked at her differently, not as something to fear, but as a being to respect and learn from. As the spaceship lifted off, Alex turned to Zyra. They laughed at us, but now they understand why I chose you. Zyra's glow pulsed slightly, a gesture Alex had come to recognize as approval. Understanding takes time. Judgments take less. You chose wisely, human. Alex grinned. And I always will. Their mission continued, taking them through unexplored sectors of space. Each challenge they faced, from navigating asteroid belts to negotiating with unknown species, showed the strength of their partnership. Zyra's intelligence and calm courage complemented Alex's boldness and curiosity. Together they solved problems humans and aliens could not handle alone. One evening, while traveling near a cluster of uncharted planets, Alex looked out at the stars. You know, Zyra, I think we're changing how humans see Zelithians, and maybe even how humans see themselves. Zira tilted her head. Perhaps, but change begins with action, not words. Today we acted, tomorrow we will continue. Alex smiled, knowing she was right. He had chosen her not for her frightening appearance, but for qualities that truly mattered: intelligence, courage, patience, and understanding. And now, after saving Veralia and earning respect across the stars, the galaxy was beginning to see why. As they traveled toward their next mission, Alex felt a sense of certainty. He had made a bold choice in choosing Zira, and that choice was proving to be more important than he could have imagined. Together they would face the unknown, challenge biases, and show that courage and intelligence are the true measures of greatness, no matter what one looks like. The lights of the Interstellar Cultural Festival shone brightly across the city of Kalira. Ships of every shape and color hovered above, reflecting their lights against the polished metal buildings. Alex, Harper, and Zira walked together through the crowd, hand in appendage. The festival had grown since their last visit. Now it was more than a gathering. It was a place where humans and aliens could celebrate cooperation, intelligence, and courage. People whispered as they passed. Many remembered the first time Alex had chosen Zira. They had laughed, mocked, and doubted him. But word of Zira's accomplishments had spread across multiple systems. Humans who had scorned her now stared in awe, while aliens from distant planets approached them with curiosity and respect. Alex smiled faintly. It's strange, isn't it? The same people who laughed at me are now watching carefully, trying to learn. Zira's glowing eyes observed the crowd.
Judgment is quick.
Understanding is slower, but it comes eventually. The festival organizers approached them. Alex Harper, Zira of Zilithia, one said, bowing slightly. Your achievements have inspired many. We would like to honor you both today. Alex shrugged modestly. We only did what was necessary, and we worked together. Zira tilted her head, her bioluminescence pulsing softly. Partnership amplifies ability. Humans and Zilithians have strengths that complement each other. The crowd gathered in the central plaza. Holographic displays projected images of the asteroid field near Virelia, showing how Alex and Zira had redirected it without harm. Children pointed excitedly, marveling at the glowing patterns Zira had created and the calculations she had directed. One of Alex's former peers, Jory, stepped forward. I have to admit, he said, scratching the back of his head. I didn't believe it at first. I thought choosing Zira was a mistake. But seeing what you've done, it's incredible. Alex smiled warmly. Thanks, Jory, but you weren't wrong to doubt. It's natural to fear what you don't understand. The point is to look beyond fear and see the truth. Zira's gaze softened. And the truth is, cooperation and intelligence are stronger than judgment and fear. The festival organizers asked them to speak to the crowd. Alex stepped forward, clearing his throat. People laughed when I chose Zira. They saw her appearance and assumed she was frightening. But what really matters is courage, intelligence, and kindness. Zira has all of these qualities, and together we've proven that fear of the unknown only limits us. Zira added in her calm, precise voice. Appearance is not the measure of value. Actions, understanding, and cooperation are. Judging by fear alone leads to missed opportunities and failure. The crowd fell silent for a moment, absorbing the words. Then slowly applause began. Humans and aliens alike clapped, some even cheering loudly. Children waved at Zira, inspired by her glowing eyes and confident presence. Many adults whispered to one another, realizing that the lessons Alex and Zira had taught went far beyond saving a single colony. They reflected the best of what humans could achieve. Later, as the festival continued, Alex and Zira visited each exhibition. Aliens approached them, asking questions about human technology, interstellar navigation, and the partnership between the species. Humans who had once doubted Zira now approached with curiosity, asking questions about her abilities and learning how to work alongside aliens without fear. A group of young humans gathered around, eyes wide. Is it true you can calculate asteroid paths in seconds? One asked. Zira's appendages moved gracefully as she demonstrated a holographic model. Observation, understanding, and calculation allow the path to be predicted. It is not magic, only knowledge applied carefully. Alex laughed. And a lot of patience. Trust me, she's teaching all of us patience too. The children giggled. Can we learn too? Of course, Zira said softly. Learning begins with curiosity, not fear. You must be willing to observe and understand. Alex's heart swelled with pride. He had chosen wisely. Zyra was not just his partner. She was a teacher, a diplomat, and an example of what humans and aliens could achieve together. That evening, the festival held a grand banquet. Representatives from multiple worlds attended, celebrating achievements in exploration, diplomacy, and science. Alex and Zyra were seated at the head of the hall. Holographic screens showed their mission at Varelia, illustrating every step they had taken. A senior diplomat approached Alex. "Your choice was bold, but it has inspired others. We are beginning to see the value in choosing partners based on character and intelligence, rather than appearances." "Thank you," Alex nodded. "I only did what any human could do. Look beyond fear and work together." Zyra's glow pulsed gently. "And the result is understanding, that is, invaluable." After the banquet, Alex and Zyra stepped outside onto a balcony overlooking the festival grounds. Ships moved like fireflies in the night sky, their lights reflecting across the city. Alex leaned against the railing, watching the scene. "You know," he said quietly, "I think we've done more than just prove a point. We've changed the way people think. Not just about aliens, but about humans too," Zyra observed him. "Yes, you have shown that humans can value intelligence and courage over fear." "That is honorable," Alex smiled. "And you've shown that Zilithians and aliens in general can be trusted, respected, and admired for their abilities, not judged by appearance. Together, we've created something new, understanding." Zyra's eyes glimmered softly. "Then our partnership is successful. Not because of individual skill, but because of cooperation." Alex laughed lightly. "Exactly. And now, we can continue exploring. There's a whole galaxy out there waiting for us." Their adventure didn't stop at the festival. After the celebrations ended, Alex and Zyra set off on a new journey, traveling to unexplored star systems, discovering unknown planets, and helping civilizations in need. Every mission they undertook showed the power of partnership, intelligence, and courage. Along the way, they encountered alien species who had once been hostile or wary of humans. With Zyra's diplomacy and Alex's human ingenuity, they built bridges of understanding, turning potential conflict into cooperation. Everywhere they went, stories spread of the human who chose the scariest alien bride, and why that choice had made all the difference. One day, as they traveled near a glowing nebula, Alex turned to Zyra. "Do you ever think about the first festival? How everyone laughed at us?" Zyra's eyes glimmered softly. "Yes, laughter is natural. Fear is natural. But understanding is earned. And we have earned it." Alex smiled. "And we'll keep earning it wherever we go." As they moved through the stars, their bond grew stronger. They were partners in every sense, explorers, diplomats, and friends. And the galaxy began to understand that appearances were never the measure of value. Courage, intelligence, and heart mattered far more. And so the laughter of those who had doubted Alex and Zyra faded into memory, replaced by admiration, respect, and inspiration. The human who chose the scariest alien bride had shown the universe what humans could truly achieve when they looked beyond fear and embraced understanding. Alex and Zyra's journey continued, but their story became legend. They were no longer just a human and an alien. They were symbols of partnership, courage, and the best qualities of humanity. And wherever they went, the message was clear. True greatness is measured not by appearance, but by actions, heart, and the courage to see what others refuse to see. As their ship glided into the starry expanse, Alex looked at Zyra and grinned. "Ready for the next adventure?" Zyra's glow pulsed warmly. "Always."